Ebusuafo any etiefo hanma Ghana politics avenue so senior da ye no ye kɔ ne ye kɔfa ne de bremo ne ade de Wontumi ho nsensem na aba beto dwan eye na afuo ne ho nsensem a okoji iska se ode ba be ye na ye de dwa ato amo Ghana politics avenue so like you made no share subscribe to the channel no send be political trending news there ko any dey be bia no ya jepene se de bremo ya bedwafo any ye tiefo na any ko political highway so no UTV Ghana and I expose chairman Wontumi ewo ni sika okoje anan loan okoje president bank so ode ba be efuo no and I'm exposing actually a phone say enya ne biampo he has nothing to do with it just say enya asem keto akra ebusuafo mempese mejemon bravo so mempese mese mom brebebre no mesrem se mo be yakọ ne ye aso ene ye yakọ akote nsem a mo kan ye ene mfuo na ena Wontumi ejine mu a okasa nyina de ekire se enya ne de nyina mom yenko ne nkotie yenhwe so me do bibia se hanom Ghana politics avenues
bargaining as to whether a charge bargaining, sentence bargaining or fact bargaining, you yourself you don't know. Yenya botre Sebi a same way plea bargaining no the essence of some running in an akoyete say fa musuoko obidi musuo di asemu epese obu okunfo no what tietia ofa hodie so na the way a wo hwe se de NDC for attorney general mo wo mani ahan e wa asemu e ho a na pamno twa no sa lengthy trial na mo dem be famu no ma opt for sa legal remedy we inti sikana mo kan metu amfa mo musuo nko
na sikana
mo musuo no na mo fa nko
meba o sa ye musuo sikana wo je yampa ana akase da akokwa no wanfa akoye ne ye je sika
yes sikana wo je de nti na wanje sika eno nti na make tell say obi entitled to this plea bargaining it depends asemu a ode ka yes attorney general bombe charge say I call so call Eximbank jiska ampa me jiska e hono me ne ya adwene me jiska sika kwaje ode de oh sika me kwaje ya me bibi koye efu me ye sei efu no ye I me ye nkrofo di wa dance ye UTV for kra moti he mo ba be fa efu no mfo nyina de beto abontene hunu se efu ni da ho yantam efu kase a UTV for kra mo bo wo ma anabaso na emomu no because of no one control sebi natural disaster or occurrences intino ensutam eba be fa
se buruni nyina akore
na se wonim se ensuo de eba ahwe ba bi
me ka se ensuo be fa buruni nyina
ekromu akra no ensuo etu submerge na ekromu akra
156
meba
1000 acres
oh yeah oye say ya enye oye say ya enye
I meba anti
me ka sa obo me kura yo me so ba kuntias me tie de attorney general ka me tie de chairman Wontumi
corruption
court no be tie obia but say wutina ho na wadwen o say odi free chairman Wontumi enumu ba bia anye no kra you are not being fair and also sincere to them and only ade ampesa wo share nso ade no the okanasem
that is it
ade no the okanasem na ono no ye ne de wo mpesa wo bagi ne de na di na wo pesa wo gi se de bia de aba ha ne ka jo say de bia no state is always right
but that's why
de bia state in court nkodi for ba me che say sa bia na mo de ne fam no say ka utwemu a court no kura nya time ni di o ye twe Wontumi anopa awia enwumre che say court kura nya time mpo no wadi
ba enyina so bi e de
bi
we say plea bargaining asem in Ghana the criminal and other offenses
so your
okay it me patch
amendment act
exactly amendment
act 2022
and before you amend an act it means that there was an what is the measure? And I make a chair will say, we yamra foforo
em na dada
mo ba she mu na ye she mu kina e ti mu kan
me pacho okay obusan pe pacho
mate
anya no kore nti
me pacho Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act
and wo
Act 30 no and not deals with plea bargaining It's amendment.
About 1969.
Yes, 1960. 1960, not 1969.
Okay,
1960.
1960.
1960. Act 30.
Act 30. Go right now.
Act 30. Procedure. Act 29. No, and criminal and other offences. Me say Act 30 procedure. Say me we a lawyer. It's a seminar make and me go through the Act 30 and see the procedure. And
it's not entirely true.
No, so that's what I'm saying. It was formally introduced.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And you're amending in 2022. So where there's no dispute about it.
Me that's it.
So Sabi, eba say ye nwene mra ne sa ne ma ne dia anya bi nusu me wo hu.
Oh yeah, me ne ma da. Say me support say obeko pa.
Me that's it. When I lawyer, no nyina ya manyofo chi obi abeka de be shoot no. Sa pre-bargaining emra no. Onunyafo ko so man kwa obusapani mu nkose MPP na de baaye in 2022. Honorable ko so man kwa MPP ni kire say 1960 na sam na no wo ho. Na 2022 no e no mu hye mo kena.
Yes.
Ayesa na tiampa. We de bunim me ma exactly be 8 minutes on this. Educate kaka na interest on.
I have the act 1079.
Yes,
right. Embrabia no senior honorable Kaya no the preamble which is
Oka 1079 now you are referring to the amendment 2022 amendment. Now quote the Act 30. I want you to quote Act 30. Deception. Because on the source.
The preamble says an act to amend the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960 to 1930. This is where it matters. To provide for.
No, not 1930. It's Act 30. Wadaro makani.
An act to amend the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960, which is an Act 30. This is where it matters. To provide for plea bargaining in the administration of criminal justice and for related matters.
So it is anchored on Act 30. Hey, what's also you see a debate on
Section 162 to 162 are insected, which means that insertion. You say we are amending the law to add. Right? To add. So, and this is the language of the law. Sabi, I'm not making this is the law, and it's available publicly.
Oh, Kasano, what's it then? What the kind of kind is here now?
The Criminal Act, Other Offences Act,
Offences Act.
It's amended.
Senior.
So that is what we are saying.
Yes,
was introduced in 1960.
The heart of criminal procedure.
The heart of criminal procedure. I'm not a practitioner.
The heart of criminal procedure. Yes, sir. Obiya boni crime and yes, if I'm I'll make a pleading, obey ready charges. You take me through the process. So that's what the law says. There was no valid process. Yabo Kwedua, ubet me EFE court. Any attorney general I could negotiate. Namajia to say between the Obo Mekweduno and myself, Yajia to say and I think he mentioned it. The Edika charge bargaining. So Obo Mekwedu say charge no saying that here. But Obete so aba charge is Namajia to na consider bi wo ho ebia metiaka there doesn't mean no your sentence ebia ya bema tell me can maybe 40 mishramuma me 5 and metia de aka no and the last one is non prosecution which is to say you know what Exim musika mishramo make you with interest, but charges no there move charges. Yes.
So those
are the, but it's important to correct the record. Said there was no valid procedure for plea bargaining in 1960. The criminal procedure is always been from 1960. He's correct on that. But no correct. Say there was a part of the law that allowed for plea bargaining. Yes. That is based on the amendment that happened in 2022. But let me make this policy question. Makawa Fide was so paying. Say I think, knowing what I know in criminal procedure and the nature of the court, I think is one of the laws I support. I know that sometimes even MPP people checking out, which is why I'm sure say he is doing everything to say no more. You should own this with your chest, because over the backlogs in our court, over the nature of our prisons, over the nature of resources wasted you should own this, right? You should be happily owning this and not denying it. Right? The central point is criminal procedure. One deterrent. Say but you're also looking for reparation and restoration. It is a Maria Unso. Na say, Yabeka Chevi as in answer, or the Meko Kota, the other is or the Meko prisoner. Overtima say, or Chalbinko Yansoni. But maybe I just was a man from Mishamo, me a conform Maria Unso, Junso, Metoba Quaka home. You achieve the same purpose without necessarily taking me to prison. So plea bargaining is a part of criminal procedure in many parts of the world, right? And it is a idea I will say we should encourage and we should be grateful. Say MPP are buying did that and not be running away from the shadows.
A simple definition. Plea bargaining is a process under the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960, Act 30, as amended by Act 1079 of 2022, whereby an accused person and the prosecution negotiate a written agreement before. So what I'm saying is,
the procedure,
nobody's running away from this beautiful law. Nobody's running away from this beautiful law. What I'm saying is, cost involved. Let try and but I'm also interested. So honorable saying this procedure, new procedure, the Bobby which started. The date is actually 22nd July 2022. Yeah. Until that time, Wontumi ain't me Kwenya. And say, Mene aging coca. Either say or better charge no so. Namatia anase anti sentence no so anase onyi kwadu no kwan fi on minches kanina sa kwanya no na ni ho before July 2022. Okay. Now the HS say ni say at least on the Eximbank no the age to say Wontumi is at least accepting say obedi hu nkomo no where asem no will be quarter beyond me patch lawyer
Collins we yes my lord my program now you start being patch
but for pleading say but was and court na me nyamra court obi nkon court to nkasa me wasem kan ma court na no
ya mo no sima me
make a man say oh it's important say at this stage this process allows Wontumi to have a confidential disclosures and conversation with AG. No mo pass and Nisibre in a way said the Adama Ghana and Nisika I agree from Eximbank and also give us justice in some form. Into the people who think that the process and I say NDC is relaxing in the oral no, I think say a oral promise nimukena to recover if there is anything recoverable, and also serve justice if there is anything to serve. But the central point I thought was important to clarify is that this law started in 2022. There was criminal procedure before that, but not quite be a new for a plea bargaining process until July 2020.
Me da sepa what na clarification is 10:30 abo ye be call aferi any hu samsam hu sam ya kan be do sabri minority press conference afa majority some of ka ban some of ka so pesike bi na ka mu tumi di awie aferi military hospital no na hu sam ba no minority for so chese na sika aka a on betumi e de awie hospital no e $500,000 sika na aka no nti na ka ban we se utumi ese sika no de kokoko wie na so aban de sika emu oduro about $18 million say eno no mo de betumi de awie hospital no na sansem bae no owura Kennedy akompreko Japan a ono eye nkane asen South Mrase bedwani no nukuro ya wo presa nka MPP 2 frankama no ento abama no 2 frankama party no no nukuro ya bra ye Mrase bedwani no na ono ye chairman ema defense and intelligence kasa edefa
Nyame on show we be all jebre ehwejumedi we hanum Ghana Politics Avenue so send your down there you know na like jumedi no share subscribe to the channel send be political trending news the echo at the baby ya tuma onso onsa ebetumi akebi ebusuafo adomana da odi afa onsa boso keke mame ye opese ohu Ghana Politics Avenue the opese OTV anso obete onsa betumi aka ha na me de moti na se wo onsam kaye bi anase utie ehwejumedi we no Sembi Bemo on Tiasia, treasure comment section or your bedger bre, near to Nassania Church or say, with the Bessia, Macram.